first question for you is, maybe the first job that you get isn't the dream job. It probably took me 6 or 7 years to find my way. Great, ma'am. By the time the students are graduating, they're already known, they're already on that path to their next job.
Welcome you all to Decode with CCC. Hello everyone, this is 𝐃𝐄𝐂𝐿, your host, and I welcome you all to Decode with CCC, where we decode top universities, institutions and countries around the world. We are delighted to have Sarah ma'am from BPP University. She is the Dean at BPP. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here back in Gujarat, where I've been for about 7 or 8 years working with Career Craft.
To give you a brief about BPP, of course, ma'am will cover everything, but to let you know about BPP, BPP is one of the top ranked universities in UK, known for their AI integrated courses, industry-led offerings, and most important, their promise to graduate employability support. Their outstanding student support services make BPP student #1 choice when it comes to student satisfaction. Now, ma'am, my first question for you is, before I start questions, I would request you to share a quick introduction about yourself. What inspires you to join BPP at first place, and what inspires you to stay with BPP and continue your journey in the field of international education for so long?
Oh, what a great question. Thank you. And actually, I think my answer really should help anybody who's starting off in their career. It probably took me 6 or 7 years to find my way to BPP from graduating. So maybe the first job that you get isn't the dream job. I think I always knew I needed to work in something with purpose, and obviously supporting people's education dreams and future careers has just been the most wonderful experience. I've been working with international students now for around 15 years, and I have helped many people come to the UK. I have helped many people to think about how to really expand their horizons, and I hope to keep doing it for many years yet. And BPP is an excellent place to work. It's a really great example of a company that's agile, forward-thinking, and employees benefit from it, but students really benefit from it as well.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. My first question for you is, BPP University known for their graduate employability support. So what are the practices we are implementing at BPP? Whether it comes to student support mechanism, etc., that makes BPP #1 choice?
Right, well, all universities have a career service, and all universities these days are talking about outcomes and what's going to happen. But we really specialise. If you think about what BPP has to offer, we only offer what is a narrow range of courses linked to professions, and all of our courses are designed with our corporate clients. So we're designing the courses that have the skills that make our students really attractive to be hired in the future. So firstly, the students stand out, but secondly, these links with employers, the understanding of the recruitment practices, the availability of internships, and the sort of working on those skills really stands out as being very different. We're a professional, business-oriented university, so coming there feels like you're part of a business. But within our programs themselves, our modules have very specific case studies and employer support. Our faculty are all heavily experienced, whether they've worked in law, business. We have CEOs, CFOs, chief technologists who come and teach on our programs. So by joining BPP, you're just very much around this ecosystem of the workplace. And of course, now what we're looking at is very much having employers coming in and meeting our students, recruitment consultants coming in and meeting our students, so that by the time the students are graduating, they're already known, they're already on that path to their next job.
Great, ma'am. Ma'am, BPP has welcomed 13,800 students recently. So what has contributed to this remarkable achievement?
Well, firstly, it's down to our fantastic partnerships in places like Gujarat. We couldn't do it without the incredible support of Career Craft. But really, it's not just about recruitment for me. When I got involved in this, I never wanted to do traditional student recruitment. I wanted us to work with partners who understood what BPP had to offer and to find the right students to come to us, because we are not for everybody and there may be other things that students want out of study, but ours is really based on a deep collaboration and a deep understanding of what we all do together. And I think we benefit, but you benefit here as well, because students come to us by recommendation, which is absolutely fantastic. And every student that I meet will typically say they already know someone at BPP, and that's down to our joint work together, and what could be better?
Absolutely, ma'am. Ma'am, AI is transforming the world. It is shaping the future of work. So how BPP University is introducing AI into their teaching and learning methods?
Great question. Oh my goodness. I must attend meetings every day where the word AI comes up, and I imagine this is happening millions of times across the globe as companies grapple with this issue of this changing technology that literally within days is transforming itself. So what we've decided to do is very much focus on the kind of broader management and human issues around AI. We think that all of these young people out there who are technical experts, if they want to become expert at coding and understanding AI systems, they'll go and do that themselves. Yeah, they can go online and pick up skills. They can just, get these AI tools and start learning and developing themselves. So we're not teaching that because we know that will happen. What we're teaching is, okay, what does this mean in organisations? What does this mean for future jobs and future activities? How will you work in the future as a result of AI? And that's the important bit, because companies don't know what to do with it. They know AI is going to change everything, but who's going to manage that change? Who's going to train people that, okay, maybe today you were managing 5 people, but next week you're going to be managing 5 AI agents. Who's going to teach you to do that? So these are the problems that we want to address. And there will be AI roles for non-specialists, so an AI strategist, an AI governance manager. And that's really understanding this interaction between the human and the AI tool. And that's what we're focusing on for our students. And we think that there's huge opportunities.
So ma'am, what kind of advice, one piece of advice would you like to give students who are preparing for AI-driven future?
Well, aside from coming on a BPP course, which hopefully many students will, I think like anything, we learn by doing, and you need to get online and you need to find the tools that you're interested in and apply AI in all the contexts that you live and work in. So AI can help you to improve lots of skills. You can entertain yourself with AI. These skills need to be as natural as using your phone, really. Think about, I always think about when smartphones first came out and when apps first came out, which obviously lots of the young people are not going to remember. But I remember thinking, well, what do you do with this? How is an app going to help me, and how could you live without them now? That's the key. Students are using AI all the time, they just don't know they're using it. And I think it's about really understanding that and then transforming that into skills that they can talk about in the workplace.
So ma'am, how important are human-centric skills in the AI of AI and automation?
Well, they're massive, and I suppose one of the interesting areas of research is what are the things that AI can do better than humans, but equally, what can humans do better than AI? So there are many basic data processing tasks and simple tasks that obviously a machine is always going to do better because it won't make mistakes. It doesn't have sick days. It won't want to go on holiday. It doesn't need to go to bed, so it can be processing when we're asleep. But what about somebody who's got to look at the results of that and say, is that the direction of our business? What if there are trends and patterns? The machine will find them, but what do you do about those? So the higher level analytical skills are important, but we are humans, and really we do need to remember that working with people, working as part of a team, having great communication skills are really, really important. And the thing I often say to students is, don't think these are really ordinary skills. They're not. They're extraordinary skills. Most people don't have them. We can find people with great technical skills. We can find people who want to sit at home coding and doing all sorts of things. But finding someone who wants to lead a team, do great presentations, who can deal with difficult problems, those are really special.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more, ma'am. Ma'am, a lot of students choose UK for its global career opportunities. So how do you see the future of international students in the UK in terms of internships, graduate employment and long-term career opportunities?
Okay, well look, the world is very, very turbulent right now with different agendas around where students are going in the world, what are the opportunities, but it is quite cyclical, and international students are very welcome in the UK and the system is there to support them. There are thousands of businesses that will hire international students on the skilled worker visa. There is the graduate route visa, which provides some level of opportunity for students to upskill and get some great experience. And there are opportunities there. We do need the workforce. I think what will happen in the next few years is we'll start to see more concessions made around specialist skills, whether that would be healthcare, technology, those kind of things. So I think it's a period of time now where students perhaps need to expect to get some time in the UK and maybe need to be thinking further afield, perhaps a different country, or perhaps they'll come back home. But the opportunities are everywhere. Europe as a whole is very interesting at the moment. For example, there are other countries such as France and Spain that are changing their systems. We have New Zealand that's suddenly become very popular. So it always goes in cycles, but particularly there's a great connection between India and the UK. That isn't going to change. So I think what we need to do is have students coming and still having the very positive impact that they do.
Correct, ma'am. Ma'am, UK government recently shared their long-term vision for international education and international students. So how do you see these developments shaping the future of international students, specifically for UK?
Well, I think, what I can see, and this is really the sort of theme of most of the work that I do, the shift in education now is about outcomes. Whether you're a domestic student in your home country or you're going abroad, you're going to look at that value for money proposition and say, what is my outcome? So the UK is likely to be better to support universities that are offering those courses that give you those outcomes, which is why BPP does very, very focused career-oriented courses. So I see the future as welcoming the talent that will be on those courses that can then contribute to the economy. One of the themes that the UK has always used in international education, they talk about the brightest and the best. And that is, whilst that's quite an aspirational statement, what it's saying is we want people to come who are going to take the right courses and are going to contribute not only to their own careers but to the economy. And it's a very, very exciting opportunity.
So ma'am, what should students expect over the coming years?
Well, I can start with what they shouldn't expect and then I'll move on to perhaps where the positives are. What they shouldn't expect is to do a master's degree and then immediately get the dream job. I think that's going to be challenging because the dream job might not exist yet. These are changing very, very quickly, but I think the plan should be I have a master's for 12 months, I then have a period of time I can work in the UK. Let's look at that whole package together and let's think about all of the things that I can do to upskill and to focus on my career. Are there things that I can do alongside my master's? Are there courses that I can take? I should be doing part-time work because any work is getting me those human kind of soft skills that are very important. But I think you need to have the goal of where you want to be and look at what are the steps that you're going to take to get there. You may not get that goal straight away, but you will get there if you have a plan.
So resiliency and perseverance.
Oh, absolutely. And you're going to get rejection, and rejection's awful. And I have many examples in my history. I mean, one of my great passions is reading, and I was desperate at one point to work for a publishing company, and I got to the last two of a job and I didn't get it, and I remember I was so devastated. But yeah, you have to move on. You have to accept that sometimes the situation isn't right, and if you don't get a job, it probably isn't because of you, it's because of a whole range of other things. But yeah, that internal resilience to say, okay, I'll try again, and maybe I'll try differently. As I said, BPP has been my very happy place, but it took me 6 years to get there. So
amazing, wow. Wow.
I did other things to get there, but when I got that interview at BPP, it felt like everything that I had done until then melded together, if you will. So it became the thing that made sense.
You found your place.
I did find my place, yeah.
Amazing, ma'am. Let's talk about India-UK trade agreement. Recently, India and UK signed a landmark free trade agreement. So do you believe, ma'am, this agreement will positively impact the higher education sector?
I absolutely do. So obviously it's focused at the moment a lot on tariffs and sort of imports and exports, but the interesting things have been the flexibility on kind of international institutions opening up in India, also the reciprocal arrangements on qualifications, which I think is really important. And to my mind, the most sustainable and positive thing we could be doing together is having partnerships between, say, UK and Indian institutions that benefit the students. That I don't think we should be looking at things that benefit the universities, but really thinking, okay, if, for example, BPP were to partner with an institution in Gujarat, how could we all benefit from that? What comes out of that? And I think the opportunities are absolutely immense. I think that students do benefit from UK-based education, but they also benefit from Indian education, and I think we've got to bring the two together, and that will be really exciting.
Ma'am, how could this agreement, which has been signed between UK and India, will benefit Indian students, universities, along with the study abroad industry as a whole?
Well, I was having a very interesting debate last night with some academics, because obviously I think students typically like to do a bachelor's level and maybe go abroad for a master's. But, you know, how about we perhaps look at some dual awards so that students can be more mobile on where they study. I think in terms of how it should work as an ecosystem, the programme should be linked. So I think at the moment a student would do a bachelor's and then they're doing a master's. They have no idea what to expect. They don't know what's going to happen. You know, we should be working collaboratively so it's one education plan. So I know what I study here, then maybe I go abroad, maybe I come back. Could we do joint internships? Could we use online to be working together? And I was talking to some colleagues last night who were saying Indian universities haven't got online as much yet, so there's some huge collaboration that we could do there. But I do think when educational institutions are looking at this, they do need to be thinking about the students, not their own institution. How is this going to benefit the student community? And then how are we going to ensure they get jobs? That's got to be the centre of the idea.
And ma'am, how important for an institution to continuously revamp their support system for students?
Oh, I mean, continuous. I think it's been one of my sort of long-term understanding that I've had to bring people on a journey. You can't set something up and then think it's going to work. We're dealing with humans, we're dealing with all sorts of complicated issues. Being a student's hard work these days. Being a student in a foreign country when you don't speak, that the language is not your native language, is hard work. And we don't know what's going to come up. I mean, for example, I've been learning today some of the challenges with getting the bank loans for certain programs. Now, and that's not something I could have known, and I now know how we need to address that. I think, you know, we used to think it was very basic things like English language or finding accommodation. But
these are not.
These are basic things. Students know how to solve all of those problems now. So I think we're looking very much at a whole range of complex issues around helping that student to be successful. But at BPP, I'm really proud of the teams that we've built that are on-site and online to do this. And I think one of the most touching stories I ever came across was, you know, really students feeling lonely. I think that's probably for me the hardest thing. Yeah. And I mean, as someone very wise once said to me, homesickness does pass. It's like any other disease. You get used to it and you move on. But that is what I would always look out for right at the early stages. Is there a student there that doesn't seem to have any friends, that doesn't seem to be in a support network? And helping those students is probably the most important thing any institution can do.
Ma'am, one philosophical question I would like to ask you. Do you believe that education system evolves as the society evolves or not?
I don't think it evolves as quickly as society, and I think AI is really holding that mirror up now to show us. I mean, in effect, the education system as a whole of people sitting in a classroom learning is actually for 2 centuries ago. It's for the 19th century, not necessarily even the 20th century. So I think it hasn't evolved. But I think the themes have always been there. We're just now really being challenged as to how we do it, because actually, if you want to be successful in your career, what you need is a personalised learning system that gives you all of the learning you need. And really what students want is, I want the learning where I want it, how I want it, when I want it, and quickly.
Customize,
Yes.
total customization.
Absolutely. So this is a huge challenge when you're looking at qualifications and structures, but there are things being done now that will start to challenge it. BPP, for example, we have a one-year higher education certificate that we're trialling in the UK, which is a way of changing the way you might go to university. These things will take time, but there's no doubt that technology is giving those opportunities.
Ma'am, Career Craft Consultants has proudly partnered with BPP University for more than 10 years. And we are consistently has been one of the top recruitment partners for BPP. So how would you describe this partnership? And what has made this partnership successful for so many years?
Well, I think I'm going to give an example of when I visited here 2 or 3 years ago, and I spoke to a student who said they were going to come to BPP, and I said, oh gosh, that's really interesting. Do you know anybody who's already studied? And they said, I know 40 people. I know 40 people who have gone to BPP. And I said, what course are you going to study? And they said, MSc Management with Project Management. And I said, right, okay. What about the new one we've got, which at that time was Data Analytics? And they said, no, I want to study the same one. Everybody else said that one is brilliant. And I thought, wow, I'm working with a company here that really understands students, really understands BPP, and is really wanting to make sure that we do the very best. But I think the key to any partnership is dialogue. And when we have changes and challenges in the market, BPP wants to respond. When we have challenges at our end, we know we can talk to CareerCraft about, what changes we might need to make. And then regular visits such as I'm doing today. I learn so much just by spending time with the consultants and with some students. And I learn, okay, we need to adapt. There are things that are different now. But I think reliability, I know the students who come from CareerCraft are the right students for BPP, and all of the counselling and information they have is very accurate, and that's really important.
All right, everyone, time for rapid fire. Ma'am, I'll be asking few rapid fire questions to you, and you have to answer very quickly.
Oh, okay.
So your time starts now.
Right.
Number one question, if BPP had a tagline for Gen Z and Gen Alpha, what would it be?
BPP, be who you want to be.
Wow. What's that one thing students are surprised to discover after arriving in the UK?
That BPP is their home from home.
Okay. Which course is becoming the hidden gem at BPP?
Oh, it's MSc Management with Project Management, without a doubt.
All right. What skill will make students stand out in 2030?
In 2030, I think being able to run a team of robots and know what they're doing.
Okay. If you had to predict the next big career trend, what would it be?
I think similar to the previous answer, running a team of robots, not people, and still being human.
Wow. What's something students should stop worrying about?
Stop worrying about assessments.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you so much for answering the questions with so many interesting answers and viewpoints. Now, what is that one message you would like to give to the students who are watching us, who are planning to study in UK and are considering BPP University?
Okay, well, the first thing I would say to you is congratulations for getting this far and having the support network that wants you to do well and is prepared to help you and sacrifice, and I know what that takes from families in India, so well done for being that person. I think you must make the right choice, and I never want someone to come to BPP if actually they would be suitable to go somewhere else, so make sure you do your research and make sure you think about what it is you want to do afterwards, and think about the time at your university as being part of a bigger plan. Gone are the days where you should be thinking, I'm going to go and study a master's. It should be, I'm going to go and study this master's at this university because then I'm going to go on to do this job. So try to think about the bigger plan. Yes, you're going to come and have a wonderful time and you're going to have fun and you're going to learn and it's going to be great. But what happens next? You owe it to yourself and you owe it to your families to have that bigger plan.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, parents invest emotionally and financially to their students while sending students their students abroad.
Yeah.
So what message and a surety you would like to give the parents who are watching us, who are planning to send their students, their children to UK or to the higher education abroad?
Well, I think, again, I've met many parents over the years. I would say absolutely do your research, make sure that you're comfortable with the institution, talk to your consultants like Careercraft who can tell you what it's really like, and really look for somewhere that's supporting international students and really understands the opportunities and challenges. So I think you need to know that they're in safe hands, you need to know they've got people who can help them, you need to know that they're going somewhere that really cares and is going to let them have that time to adapt to a new way of living. I continuously remind everybody in the UK, these students are extraordinary. They are travelling halfway across the world and they're studying in a new language in a place they've never been. That's to be admired, and we admire all of you for engaging in this. So look for somewhere that you know your child is going to be safe in.
Ma'am, one last piece of advice for the audience who are watching us. One last piece of advice for students who aim higher in their life and who want to achieve better in terms of professionally, personally, as a better person to become in the future.
Yeah.
Last piece of advice from your end.
Qualifications are really important. Qualifications give you confidence. They give you the basis from which to start. You may be on a journey that will take a few years, but get these qualifications and skills and don't be afraid to take chances and look for opportunities. Another piece of advice I often give is if something comes your way, unless there's a really, really, really good reason to say no, say yes, because you never know. A job offer that perhaps you don't know what the title is, or maybe it's relocating somewhere and you think, I hadn't thought of going to live there. Why not? See what happens. Remember, every decision you can make in life, you can make another decision after that. You can change the decision. But if you don't take chances, you'll never know what you might have missed out on.
Ma'am, it was such a pleasure to have this conversation with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Oh, pleasure.
Audience who are watching us, do not forget to hit the like button and stay tuned because we are going to come up with the next amazing episode, bringing together amazing guests on our podcast. And if you want to apply to BPP University UK, do visit your nearest Career Craft Consultants branch and get your profile assessed. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, take care.